All right. Welcome, guys, to No Sweat Podcast, Ep.2. I'm here with Nick again.
Hello, hello.
We're going to be talking about the Wildcard games that just happened this weekend. We're currently recording right after the Seattle-Philly game.
Indeed.
All these games to me were pretty intriguing. It was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, from all the games are pretty close. All good games. I'm surprised how close some of these were.
Well, it's what, two of them went into overtime? Yeah, two of them. And then the other one, the Tennessee and New England game was literally could have gone into overtime. It was that close, but
Seahawks-Eagles was boring.
Because nobody
thought it was going to be boring.
Nobody was excited to see the Eagles in the playoffs.
Actually,
it's the Eagles. Okay.
I should say it was boring because, the Clowney hit at the beginning was the only interesting part.
Yeah, and then Wentz went out
later.
Normal because injury prone. All right. Firstly, the Buffalo-Houston game.
Buffalo-Houston.
Buffalo blew a 16-0 lead, just to let everyone know.
Poor Buffalo. Bills Mafia not happy.
Bills Mafia not jumping over tables anymore.
Definitely not. No more tables being broken this year or this season.
And Josh Allen played good. It looked like their offense actually was not doing bad, but
he couldn't throw a TD.
They didn't. I don't think they. They scored 2 field goals in the second half.
That's it.
That's about it. Their offense could do shit.
Yep. Their offense was kind of. I don't know. Yeah, their offense wasn't there except for Josh Allen. He was throwing the ball well, but they couldn't score. So
that's true. And I mean, they don't really. Their running back situation's kind of weird because Singletary, I don't even think he's I have him on fantasy, so obviously he's doing decent, but I don't think he was ever a great runner. And then Frank Gore is at the end of his career, so
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats. Josh Allen rushed for 92 yards. He led the team in rushing.
And their running back led the team in receiving yards.
Yeah. I don't know how they actually were that close.
I don't. Their offense was so trash. Looking at the stats, but I mean that doesn't show the whole story. But
and then I look at Houston, Deshaun Watson, 20 for 25 attempts, and then 247 yards with a TD. I feel like they should have blown him out looking at his stats.
You look at the rushing yards for them too. Deshaun Watson leads their team.
Yeah, not very good running backs in either of these teams.
But hold on, shout out to Duke Johnson real quick.
Johnson,
former Browns player, part of the 0-16 team, now is on a divisional round playoff team.
3 catches, 30 yards, solid game.
Really contributed to the win, but hey. Oh, yeah. Still, I was talking to my dad when this game was going on. I was like, hey, I would hate to be Duke Johnson on the Browns, but now he's got to be so happy that he's actually on a decent team.
He's happy now. I'm sure of it.
DeAndre Hopkins had a good game. 90 yards, 0 touchdowns. I think they're missing Kyle Fuller, weren't they? I think he was. I'm pretty sure he wasn't playing. Out of all the games, this is the game I didn't watch the most. But
yeah, it was kind of the early game, first game. Wasn't quite ready for the playoffs to start.
It looks like Houston got sacked a lot. Deshaun Watson got sacked for 7 times.
That's crazy.
7 times.
I guess that's how Bills stay so close to your defenses.
Their defense was good all year.
Yeah, that's true. That's really what carried them to the playoffs. I feel like their defense.
Surprisingly, Buffalo had more first downs than Houston. It's 24-19. I didn't see. I thought Houston would have more first downs. Just looking at the stats.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But football.
That's pretty much it for that game. There's not much else to talk about besides Buffalo blew a 16-0 lead, and Bills Mafia.
yeah, I can't. Ooh,
all right.
Hate to be Buffalo. Hate to be Buffalo right now.
All right, Titans Patriots. What was your thoughts on this game?
I'm happy because I have a sweet spot for in my heart for Tannehill. He won the game against the Patriots. He didn't play that good.
He didn't play
but he beat the Patriots. I love Tannehill. I'm so happy that he found a spot in Tennessee and proved himself.
That's true. I mean, without him, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. But
Yeah, it's very true.
Derrick Henry literally carried him in this game.
He's so good.
182 yards and a touchdown on 34 attempts.
It's so good.
He had more rushing yards than the entire New England Patriots. And
yeah,
I don't know, like, the Patriots just didn't look like themselves.
No, Brady did not look like
Brady looked
like
terrible.
209 yards, like
and a pick.
Yards, so just an interception and no TDs.
He was almost at like only a 50% completion. He was higher than that, but you know.
Yeah, that wasn't the playoff Brady, I know.
Hold up. I know it's off topic, but shout out to Jacob, my friend Jacob, who just accepted my trade on fantasy basketball.
Let's go. Wait, what do you accept?
Joe Harris, Evan Fournier, and Kyrie Irving for Ben Simmons, Hassan Whiteside, and Zach LaVine.
Dude, what? Wait, I just got the notification. What just happened? Does he know? Well, he's 0-10.
He's 0-10. He doesn't care anymore. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make this trade.
Yeah.
If he accepts it, he accepts it. Let's go, dude. My team is so good now. I'm just going to show off to Ryan later. Unless if he comes storming into my room, which my door's locked. So.
All right, anyways, back to the game.
Yeah, anyways, did you see that video of the Patriots fans before the game, like talking to the Tennessee players while they were walking out?
No.
They're like, you guys aren't ready for this. This is a whole nother atmosphere. You guys,
so dumb. Idiots.
Took a big L. New England didn't score a single point in the second half. Tom Brady threw a pick six in the final drive of the game. It was not good.
So bad. Yeah.
Do you think Tom Brady's going to stay in New England next year?
Like, well, he's
his contract is over now. He's a free agent next year.
He's done.
You think?
No, just retire.
I think he's still a serviceable quarterback. I just don't think he's what he was.
I just don't think he'll be able to keep up in the playoffs anymore.
That's true.
I don't think they'll reach a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl again if he stays there. I believe they'll make the playoffs because of the division they play in.
I think if there's a team that needs a quarterback who they know is going to be consistent, and they have a good team around him, he has a chance. I just don't know because like it all depends if Belichick really wants to just keep Brady just because it's Brady, or move on and actually have a chance. Because I don't see them being what they were.
No, they're definitely I don't see them winning another Super Bowl with.
Granted, Tennessee's not trash. Like they just
but like team.
It's just it didn't look like the playoff Patriots that we saw every year where they're like, oh, we have doubts, and then they go into the playoffs and just look like a completely different monster. And, but shout out to Tennessee. I went 1-3 in picks for Wildcard weekend, so
2 for 4.
Are we gonna make new picks? Like we have our original bracket, but are we gonna make predictions for the next round?
Actually, we can make new picks. It's completely different now.
It's completely different. Like I literally have one matchup that's just, no, none of my matchups are the same.
That's kind of funny.
I think anyways, New Orleans and Minnesota. This is the game I probably watched the most out of any of them.
This is the game I called. If you watched the last podcast, I predicted the Vikings over the Saints, and I was at work when it happened. I checked my phone, and I saw that Vikings win notification.
Okay. Did you see the game, though? Like, any highlights yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. The Saints fucked themselves over and got fucked over at the same time. I'm not going to lie.
All I know is that I went on Twitter, and I saw the third year in a row where Saints fans are crying.
Yeah.
They got screwed in the playoffs. Ugh.
Well, it was just screwed on a play, which would have made him have a field goal in overtime instead of a touchdown, so the Saints would have got the ball in an attempt to score a touchdown or make a field goal. So it's, they would have still had a chance after, but it's not completely the ref's fault. It's just that one play should have been called differently. It was the Rudolph game-winning touchdown in overtime. It was offensive pass interference, and they didn't call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can watch it right now. I just heard people were saying that he pushed off.
He did. I think he did. I I don't know, but yeah, my dad was with you on this too. He had Minnesota winning. He has Minnesota winning it all, actually.
I like that a lot. I don't think they're winning it all, but
he's like if they go into San Francisco next week and beat the 49ers, give them the Super Bowl right now. Give them the Super Bowl right now.
The 49ers, like, they prove themselves.
And I don't know, like, Kirk Cousins looked good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, look at those. 31, 242 yards.
But I really think the Saints were the better team in this game. They just simple mistakes. Like, there was 5 minutes left and Drew Brees fumbled. How often does Drew Brees fumble? Not very likely. He didn't fumble at all this entire season. That was his first one. And then there was one the next possession for the Vikings right after that. Cook fumbled, right? And they returned it for a touchdown. And he was called down.
Was he down?
He was down. But, like, it's just like he wasn't down, it's just unlucky, like, that he was down for them. And I really feel bad for the Saints because it's 3 years in a row where they've kind of had bad luck in the playoffs. But can't feel too bad, all right? I'm a Lions fan. I know what that feels like.
Saints fans out here complaining, like, you won your Super Bowl.
Like
we're Lions fans.
Sure.
Yeah.
It can't get worse than that. Like, it just literally the one play I go to every time I talk about the Lions getting fucked over is the Odell catch where it literally bounced off the ground.
Oh, and then back into his
They
hands.
went to replay and they said it was a catch. How
do you miss that? That is, like, there's literally a whole catch rule based off of
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson rule, which, like,
was stupid. That was the 0-16 season. They would have gone 1-15.
Yup. They blew it on purpose.
They wanted Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, props to Kirk Cousins still. Kind of deserves a win like this. And he was the second best quarterback to play in this game after Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill had a touchdown pass and a touchdown catch this game.
Is he a quarterback?
And
do we count him as a quarterback?
Oh my God, there was one drive where it was just literally him doing all the work. Like, it was just a shell of Drew Brees, and Taysom Hill was literally going off.
He's crazy.
And it's just like, how can you be that athletic and just, like, play all those multiple different positions? But yeah, props to Minnesota. I didn't see them winning this game because New Orleans was really good this season.
New Orleans is really good, and I'm actually surprised Vikings won that league.
Yeah.
I had faith. Yeah.
All right, now the Seattle Philly game. The best game of the weekend, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. I love this game.
Shout out to Josh McCown, the greatest Lions receiver ever to play, if you guys know what I mean. Shout out to you.
If you understand that.
I saw a post of, like, Taysom Hill. It was like they said, name another quarterback who could do this, and I went Josh McCown when he played for Detroit because he couldn't get the starting job over Kitna, so he switched to wide receiver.
That was the 0-16 season, right?
I don't remember. I just know it was one of those seasons, and he went
one of those really bad seasons.
He became a wide receiver for a couple of games.
Yep.
So, like, I don't know. I was really hoping that he could do another, some Philly magic. All right, some Philly magic in the air. Like, oh my God, I was a big Nick Foles fan.
Yeah, you were. It's crazy how. Yeah, I don't know how.
It is.
Now look at him.
I just think.
Whatever he is, I forget.
Shout out to Russell Wilson for carrying the Seahawks like he does too.
As usual.
325 yards, 1 touchdown. Literally, it was all him. He had 45 rushing yards. Metcalf had 160 yards receiving and a touchdown. So, like, shout out to that.
Yeah.
But I still think Russell Wilson deserves to get the MVP for this game because it's.
Oh yeah.
It's just.
Also, shout out Marshawn Lynch. He got that TD. They signed him. It was worth it all. He got the TD in the playoffs. It was worth it.
6 carries, 7 yards, a touchdown. As long as it was 5 yards. Go. And then shout out to the Philly wide receivers. Dallas Goedert, Greg Ward Jr., Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, Deontay Burnett. All Madden created names last week.
Yeah, I've never heard of these guys until this. Like, I have no idea who they are.
Their top wide receiver, I clicked on him. He was their second round pick in 2018. He had 600 yards this year. So not bad.
He's from South Dakota.
But
the NFL players are from South Dakota.
Who else can say if they've heard any of these names besides Zach Ertz and Goedert, maybe? Yeah, besides Eagles fans. So, like...
Wait, Aguilar didn't play?
No. You think they want to play Aguilar?
So sad. Man.
They don't want to drop the ball again on that.
You're right. They got... It would have been at least... Wait, they had 9 points? How does that work?
3 field goals.
They missed it.
They missed an extra point.
Did they miss an extra point?
Or I can't remember. It was missed an extra. I'm pretty sure it was missed an extra point. Let me go to their kicks.
Wait, actually, I don't see. Wait.
Kicking. Oh, he went 3 for 3 field goals.
It was all field goals. Wow,
yeah, it was all field goals.
Oh man,
that's right. And then they had the ball on the Seahawks side of the field at the end of the game, but their running back Miles Sanders dropped the ball.
Solid.
And it was 4th down, and he dropped the ball, and it would have been a 1st down with like over a minute left. So they probably would have at least got a touchdown and a chance to tie it. So I don't know. Philly doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs anyway, so I'm kind of not surprised.
No one in that division deserves to be in the playoffs.
Whoa, the Redskins.
Actually, dude, I would have loved to see the Redskins.
Dwayne Haskins, did you see his celebration after that Lions victory he had?
Yeah, he beat the Lions. Ooh, big surprise. If anything, I'm happy he beat the Lions,
Yeah, thank you to him, because we got a higher pick now because of him.
Yeah,
so.
What an idiot. And now he's going to have no help for the future.
Anyways, because of this...
Well, before we leave that game, just so, we're on the same page, Clowney, dirty hit, right? You think it was a dirty hit?
I don't know.
I think it's dirty, but everyone's making it seem like he should get, he should have been, ejected and suspended, the next game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was the worst hit I've ever seen.
I don't know. It's just a poor time. It's poor timing, to be honest. It was really poor timing on the hit.
Yeah.
And I think if it was a little bit better timing, he would have not got hurt. But then again, Carson Wentz is very injury prone. And I think they're going to get rid of Wentz soon, honestly, because he's a good quarterback. But if you can't stay healthy, what's the point of keeping him? Because he's just get hurt every time the playoffs have come. Yeah. Anyways, resulting because of this was, I'm pretty sure Tennessee has to play the Ravens, who you're going to have trouble with this because you love Tannehill, but you're a Ravens fan.
The Ravens.
I got the Ravens winning this.
I got the Ravens. Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if Tennessee won, but the Ravens are going to win it. I don't see it any other way. And then Houston will end up playing the Chiefs, which honestly, if Houston's defense is as bad as they were at the beginning of the season, it depends on what we get from their defense and how good Patrick Mahomes is. I'm going to go with Houston as a sleeper pick.
I want to agree with you. I feel like Houston off that OT win might come out hot. Chiefs I feel like they're not the same team as they were last year. I feel like they were better last year.
And they're never a playoff team.
Yeah, I just don't see them. I don't see Patrick Mahomes doing
it. And then to the NFC, we got, Minnesota playing the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, because Minnesota looked good. I'm not gonna lie, but 49ers, just I don't see Minnesota's offense getting anything done with that.
Yeah. The 49ers. All right, here's my prediction though. In the prediction video, I said 49ers for Vikings because actually, I think I had this one.
Yeah.
It would have been, yeah. And I'm going to say this right now. If Vikings wear the same uniforms, the purple on purple, they win. If they don't wear the uniforms, they're going to lose to the 49ers. Those are the best uniforms in the league. That's my prediction.
I got 49ers, but I'm saying it's a close game. It could go either way. They surprised me against New Orleans. They could surprise me again. My picks haven't been great. As we know, I'm 1-3 in the playoffs so far, but hey. All right, and then that would leave us with Seattle and Green Bay, two teams I wish were not in this. Honestly, I could care less who wins this.
I have the Packers. I had them in the Super Bowl. So
I don't like the Packers. I don't like Seattle.
A Lions fan doesn't like the Packers? What?
I don't. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's been good, but I don't know. It depends if they're gonna stick with the run, because I know when I was watching a Packers game, they said a stat, or they were saying stuff like there was one game where he didn't stick with the run game, the coach, and they ended up losing that. So I'm gonna go off that and say that if they stick with the run game, then they have a chance to beat Seattle. But I got Seattle. Seattle's defense is pretty good, and Russell Wilson in the playoffs always surprises everyone.
And I have the Packers. I don't know. I think I had them in the Super Bowl in my prediction, so
sticking with what you had.
Yeah, I think
I respect that.
The best team, especially if they beat the Seahawks. Whoever wins the Seahawks-Packers matchup is going to the Super Bowl.
You think? I think the 49ers now.
No, I think whoever wins that matchup is going to the Super Bowl.
You already know if the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, you know what's going to happen.
Dude, they play the Ravens.
I'm saying if Seattle goes to this Super Bowl, we're talking about Bailey.
Yeah, and if the Ravens make it, and the Ravens beat the Seahawks,
you can message him and be like, "Hey Bailey, what's up? The team took another L." No, I got Seattle winning this though. So my championship games for the AFC and the NFC, it'll be Houston versus the Ravens, and then it'll be the Seahawks versus the 49ers.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a rematch back when the Seattle Seahawks were like super good, the Legion of Boom. Yeah. When Crabtree and Sherman, but Sherman's on the other side now.
They're in the same division.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they play each other.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
So yeah, that's pretty much it of what I got today.
Yeah, that's about it.
Make sure you guys follow the podcast. Obviously, our Instagram's up to 200 followers, so that's pretty nice. I hope you guys enjoy these. Make sure to always leave ideas on Instagram, because I'm always looking on Instagram for you guys to give us topics. I think we already got our topic picks out for next week. The one you wanted, Nick.
Oh yeah, I mean we could say it's the status of the Pistons, because we're both Detroit team fans, so we're Pistons fans, and right now there's a lot of talk in the NBA about the Pistons and their future. So we want to address that.
Especially since the Drummond talk. So I know a lot of you guys are football fans who have been listening, because that's all I've been getting or we've been talking about. But hopefully you guys will still enjoy that. Like I said, follow. Rate us on. Can they rate us on Spotify? Right? Can you be?
I think. Okay. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm still gonna try.
You can do it.
Yeah. I'm still gonna try to get it on Apple Podcasts. So hopefully I can get that working soon. College for me is starting back up, so I don't know how often we're gonna record as much. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, yeah. That's it for episode 2. That's all I got. Stay tuned for episode 3, guys.
All right. See ya.
Peace.